Okay, so Sunday night, we're almost to Cyber Monday, which, I don't know. I hope we're going to find some good deals. I did a little bit of Black Friday shopping, but I didn't find a lot of trading card deals. A few that I liked, but not too many. So maybe we'll find some more tomorrow. In the meantime, tonight we are busting into a full case of 2017 Topps Archives Signature Series Active Player Edition. Last night we did the postseason. Tonight is the Active Player. Then we're going right from that into a full case of 2017 Topps 5-Star Baseball, one of their nice kind of mid to high range series. And finally, after that, we're going to open some boxes of 2017-18 Donruss Basketball. So that's kind of the order we're going in tonight. The Archives Signature Series Active Player Edition, followed by 5-Star Baseball, followed by Donruss Basketball. So let's take a look at our spreadsheet and see what we're looking at here for the first break. If you haven't done a break with me before, this spreadsheet will go up before each break. So if you're not part of this break, the spreadsheet for your break will go up prior to the start of it. And first up, our 20 boxes of 2017 Topps Archive Signature Series Active Player Edition. This is a full case break. This is break number 2, second time we have broken this particular product. Our eBay end date was tonight, 11/26. Our live stream schedule also tonight, Sunday, 11/26 at 10 p.m. Eastern. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. We'll scroll down through here, let everybody get a chance to refresh your memory as to which teams you have. Every once in a while, there'll be a typo in here. I cut and paste these from the end of transaction, end of auction notices that eBay sends. Every once in a while, I'll forget to clear a clipboard or something, and we might have an error in there. If ever you see one of those, feel free to jump in and let me know. I don't ship from that, so you would never have to worry if I did accidentally have a typo in there at some point. I ship directly from eBay invoices, but that's just there for informational purposes, make it easy for us all as we do these breaks. Now, it sounds like, right, that it'll take us forever because there's 20 boxes, but you know what? It's not going to take us that long because the worst part of this is just getting all the packaging out of the way. Once we get that out of the way, it's pretty quick and easy. Each box has one encased autographed card. So it's a relatively quick break. There can be, of course, some really nice hits in here. We never know what we're going to find. We did have a real nice break last night of postseason. We had a bunch of one-of-ones in there last night, like a whole bunch. So first thing we're going to do, I was getting ready to number those on the end like we were doing a partial case. I don't know what I was thinking there. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do is get all these out of plastic and get them to where we'll be able to look at them shortly. Everything that we're opening tonight, this Archives, these are all just one per box. The Archives, the Donruss Basketball, the 5-Star Baseball, all of it, I expect, will ship out the door to you probably Wednesday. It's possible that some of it could get out to you a little sooner. And if I can, I will. I always try to get it out the door as quickly as possible. It's also always possible that one could, slide a day later than that. But for the most part, I think all in all, I'm in pretty good shape this week. So I think it'll probably be out the door by Wednesday. And I know I may have some messages. If I haven't responded to your message yet, know that I will get to that at some point tonight or tomorrow, depending on how late I'm up sorting tonight after the break. Sometimes those get piled up on me when I'm trying to also list and prepare to set up a break and get our spreadsheets done and invoices out and all that stuff. Sometimes I just run out of time, although I think I got to most of the questions tonight. I know a few people recently have had questions about combined shipping, and all that stuff is actually in the description, but I also know not everybody reads down through all of those descriptions. But basically, it works like this. I combine for an entire day, so any break for that day is eligible to be combined. The key is you need to wait to get the manually combined invoice, because eBay will automatically generate an invoice, but they just add it all together. You know, they just literally, if you pay from the eBay invoice, they'll take every single shipping amount that is there and they'll add it into one giant shipping amount, and then that's what you'll be paying. And then to make matters more fun, they also charge me 15%, well, 10% eBay and, well, 10% eBay and I guess like 3% and some change on PayPal of that shipping fee, just like it's part of the sale price, you know. So eBay likes for you to pay extra shipping because they get a big chunk of that, which they don't give back to you if you you know, go along down the road and try to refund somebody part of that shipping. eBay still keeps their part, so that's kind of a drag. Anyway, so I go in and manually combine those. I do that at the end of the day, after the very last break of the night ends, after the very last auction of the night ends. I start manually combining them, and then, you know, however long it takes. So let me adjust the focus on this, guys. I don't want all that zooming in and out to happen. So if you're ever looking to buy several things in a day, just, you know, wait to pay until you see that manually combined invoice, and then you'll get the discount. All right, I think that's going to be a little better to look at these up nice and close. First up, Wilson Contreras for the Chicago Cubs. And, of course, this was originally on a Bowman Chrome. You can see that it is numbered, maybe you can see that, 14 of 14. Sometimes the glare kind of gets the better of the numbering on a few of these. Hi, Marty. How are you? Tyler Austin next out. That one is numbered to 21 for the Yankees. Then we have Kelvin Herrera for the Kansas City Royals. That one is numbered to 93 on what was originally, I guess, an update series card, looks like. Another hit for the Yankees with Bettenses, numbered to 17. And Steven Matz for the Mets, that one to 99. I think that says up there in that upper corner. Sometimes it's hard for me to see them too. Light glares off of them, makes life difficult. To 34 for the Texas Rangers on the Mazzara. Danny Valencia for the Twins to 96. I think that said 96. Could have said 99, but I think it says 96. Starling Marte for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And is that one not numbered? No, there it is, 10 of 15. See, they slide around where they put the numbers in this particular series, and then on top of that, I find it hard to read when the light hits it wrong. Another hit for the Pirates, Jamison Talon to 49. I think I just ran into my camera. Dan Vogelbach to 33 for the Cubbies at that point in time. No, Marty, you might not find 5 Braves out of this one, although we do still have more than 5 cards left. But, I mean, you cleaned up last night in postseason edition. That was an awesome haul. This is numbered to 61, I believe that says, on the Alex Reyes for the Cardinals. For the Indians, a little Francisco Lindor to 99. It's a nice one. I like Francisco Lindor. Max Kepler for the Twins to 48. Danny Duffy for the Royals to 37. I think that's our second hit for the Royals, if I'm not mistaken. For the Astros, George Springer to 22. That's a nice little hit, too. You don't see a lot. You don't see as much George Springer for whatever reason. It seems like I pull Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve a lot more than I pull Springer for some reason. Miguel Sano, Twins keep on rolling. That one is to 99. Stephen Piscotty, that one is numbered to 6. It is 1 of 6, so first in the set of 6 as well for the Cardinals. For the Red Sox, Henry Owens to 88, because we didn't get enough Henry Owens signatures out of, was it last year or year before? Last year, I think it was. Henry Owens seems like was in every other thing that you opened. Oh, boom. Yankees. Not only is it Aaron Judge Yankees, it's 1 of 1 Aaron Judge. Oh, yeah. Whose night did I just make? Somebody's. Somebody just had their night made. Because you know what? It didn't go for a super high amount tonight. And Aaron Judge 1 of 1 paid for your bid plus a bunch more. And then you also have a Luis Severino to 99 for the Yankees. So let's just do a quick little recap. I'm not going to read off the numbering on them this second time. We're just going to take a look at them as they go back through. But wow, that is definitely the star of the show right there. And Aaron Judge 1 of 1 is a really, really nice hit for the Yankees. Well worth the price of admission, as they say. And again, if you jumped in late, look for this stuff to ship probably Wednesday. Might get lucky, and it might, a couple of them might sneak out the door a little earlier than that, and a couple of them might slide into the following day on Thursday, but I think the vast majority you can expect to go out on Wednesday. That's true of everything we're going to break tonight, not just this, but also our 5-star and our Donruss basketball, which are upcoming. This is the last case I have of this. I only had 2 cases of active player. It was hard to get this year. And of course, we also had the 1 case of postseason already that we broke last night or night before last. And 1 more case of postseason is up and listed right now that will break on, I think it is Friday night. And then that'll be the last of the postseason as well. Only got a couple of cases of each. Okay, so that has Archive Signature Series Active Player Edition break number 2 in the books. It's going to bring us up to some 5-star baseball. So let's pull up our spreadsheet and take a look at that. If I can, well, I'm on the right page, but I didn't bring you with me, did I? Let's try this again. There we go. So this is 8 boxes of 2017 Topps 5-Star Baseball. This is a full case break. It is break number 2, so the second time we have busted into 5-Star Baseball. And of course, once again, our eBay end date was tonight. Our live stream schedule also tonight, Sunday 11/26. We started at 10 p.m. Our team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. Anything you see that says no bids buyback, those are orphan teams, unloved, unwanted. So if anything were to come out for one of those teams, it would hang out here with me and join its brothers on Card Mountain. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you guys with your teams, then look for it to be heading your way roughly on Wednesday. Now, in the meantime, if anybody has NBC on and you happen to be watching the Steelers-Packers game, we're probably out of halftime by now, I would think. Hey, feel free to shoot in there and give me a score update anytime. You know, I love my Pittsburgh Steelers, and we certainly did not come out of this start of this game playing very well. Although we somehow managed to get back to tied at halftime, but ooh. It was an ugly start to this game. So each one of our boxes of 5-star has 1 pack of cards in it. And again, this is a relatively high-end series. It's 120 or so a box, so that's kind of on the high end for 1 pack of cards. Not as high as our Luminaries, which we've been opening. That one's almost about close to twice the price. I think the last of Luminaries maybe is tomorrow night. We did that case in thirds, and 2/3 of it is gone. 1/3 of it is left. We've also got a couple of cases of Dynasty to break, Topps Dynasty. One of them is listed. One of them I haven't listed yet. And then we've got some Chronicles, which has all the nice Spectra, Parallels, and Gold Standard, and all of the other great Panini brands that you don't see in other Panini baseball products are in the Chronicles. So looks like it's gonna be a fun little break. We got some of that coming up. I don't remember what else for baseball. We've got more baseball, but I just can't think what it is at the moment. So of course, you know, this is pretty much all hits for the most part. I see a couple of redemptions, which, I mean, they're still hits. They're just not live in there. And we usually pull some very nice things out of 5-star. Which we should, for the price, you know. I mean, seriously, for what they charge, we should be pulling some nice stuff out of them. For sure. All right, let's start taking a look at what we have. First up is Andrew Toles for the Dodgers. And I see, you know, nothing on these they don't come out exactly perfect. This isn't real bad. Maybe a little bit of just some really, really minor stuff along the edge and corners of that one. I'd say most of these will probably be like that with a little bit of stuff, but nothing too dramatic. Alex Bregman coming out for the Astros. Nice little rookie hit for the World Series champs. That is followed by a hit for the Mets with Gavin Cecchini, is how I say it. And that's probably not how you're supposed to say it, but that's how I say his name. And here's our silver signature, and it is Diaz, numbered to 50 for the Cardinals. Then we have Trey Mancini for the Baltimore Orioles. Nice rookie hit for Baltimore. A little Ozzie Smith. I love Ozzie Smith. That is numbered to 50, 42 of 50 for the St. Louis Cardinals. And definitely you can see that little spot of white down there in that lower right corner. So it definitely has a little bit of chipping there on the back for the Ozzie Smith. And I mean, definitely I've seen them come out a lot worse, but I do still like to point that stuff out when I see it. Robert Gelman for the Mets. John Smoltz. This is a nice one for the Braves, and it's to 10 as well. So this 9 of 10 on the John Smoltz is pretty sweet. So Marty, do you have the Braves in 5-star too, Marty? Because if you do, that just made you pretty happy, I imagine. I don't know if you do or not, though, because I don't remember if you do. Tyler Glasnow, another hit coming out for the Pirates. The Pirates are cleaning up in this break tonight. Jose Altuve is our Golden Graph. Obviously a redemption. We know that is going to be for the Astros, but I will still go to the checklist and verify it at the end of the break because that's just what I do. So that will be our Golden Graph as a redemption. That's a case hit, of course. Dan Vogelbach to 25 for the Mariners. And once again, I see down here in that lower corner just the tiniest little bit of chipping and things down there in that on that edge. Ryan Healy for the Oakland A's. Trying to get my iPad just doesn't want to cooperate with me tonight for some reason, but I don't know what's wrong with it. A little Cespedes jumbo patch. So we'll checklist verify that as well. Should be Mets. Juan Gonzalez to 50 for the Texas Rangers. Randall, is it Graychuk or Griechuk? Randall, anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Maybe a little tiny bit of imperfection down there in that lower right-hand corner, a little white showing, a little bit of chipping happening there. Noah Syndergaard for the Mets to 25, because the Mets seem to be doing quite well in 5-star, and it also has some chipping in the lower right corner. Red Sox, Johnny Damon to 15. Nice low number on your Johnny Damon. And again, some minor edge and corner issues. And a live Jose Altuve. So our Golden Graphs wasn't live in the product, but we do have a live Jose Altuve here in 5-star. So the Mets did quite well. Let's set all of that aside. We'll recap that in a second, but first I'm going to go to the checklist and we're going to verify those. I mean, we know where they're going. I already, you know, kind of called that, but at the same time, for the sake of consistency, I do still always go to the checklist on this stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. As soon as I can get off of where I was and into 5-star, we'll be doing all right. Here we go. All right, and then Cespedes is, of course, the Mets, as expected. And that is checklist verified. Now we just need to scroll down till I find Jose Altuve for the Astros on this Golden Graph. And just to verify that, and there it is for the Astros again. Pretty much exactly as we called it, but you know me. I'm always going to look it up. Consistency, I think, is the key when you're doing things like this, you know, in my opinion. So let's recap. We have our autograph jumbo patch redemption Cespedes for the Mets, our case hit of the Golden Graph for Jose Altuve, redemption for the Astros, and here's our silver signature. It was Diaz for the Cardinals. And I'm just going to buzz through the rest of these relatively quickly because we have already looked at the numbering and talked about all the little minor imperfections. So nothing too major on any of these. Definitely there are some edge and corner things on several of them, but nothing that's just absolutely outrageous. And for anybody who jumped in late, once again, expecting this stuff to ship on Wednesday. Possible a few of them will slide out the door earlier. Possible a couple of them might not slide out the door until the following day on Thursday, but I expect most of them will be out on Wednesday. And because I know a lot of my baseball folks are probably getting ready to take off and not going to stick around to watch basketball, let me say thank you. I appreciate you guys. I always appreciate you bidding with me and breaking with me and keeping me company in chat and all that stuff. So thank you for that. I hope I'll see you again on some of the other stuff that we've got coming up. We've got a lot of baseball listed and a lot more to be listed, and seems like more comes out every week. It's probably not really every week at this point, but it's pretty darn close. Still a lot of baseball pumping out from Topps, and even a little from Panini. And before you know it, we'll be doing Bowman Draft. I think it comes out in a week or so as well. Maybe a week or two. That's going to bring us to our 5 boxes of 2017-18 Donruss basketball. This is a quarter case break. It is break number 1. These are actually loose boxes, part of a shared case. You guys know I sometimes share cases with the hobby shop. So this is 5 loose boxes. So I have those, and then I have a full untouched case that we haven't opened yet that I'm not sure how I'm going to break. If we're going to break it in half or quarter or whole or what. This also ended tonight, 11:26, our live stream tonight. Team names on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. The teams that say no bids buyback are orphans. No one gave them a forever home, so something comes out for one of those, hangs out here with me and joins its brothers on Card Mountain. Otherwise, comes out for you, heads out the door roughly Wednesday. So let me get these, and these will take a while, so if you need a snack or to walk the dog or something, you know, now's a good time to do it. Because because this takes a good long while to get each box out of the wrappers even. Because there's 24 packs in the box. There's 10 cards per pack. So, you know, it's a lot of opening of packs to even get to where we can look and see what we have each time. And of course, what we should find in here is one hit per box. They always say it can be autograph or memorabilia, so you kind of never know which one you're going to get in Donruss. It's an either-or type situation. And occasionally, they will replace our hit with a Panini Points reward card. Definitely seen that happen across all the sports that Panini has. At some point or another, they hit you with those points cards. Now, of course, there's loads and loads of base cards in here. And we will whip through those at a pretty good clip. Because it, you know, at 240 cards per box, we're talking well over 1,000 cards, actually approaching 1,200 cards in this break. And that just, no matter how you cut it, that takes a while. So we for sure will be moving right on through the base. And I'm opening this right alongside you for the first time. It came in when I was busy, and then I had the internet problems, and boy, you guys know most of that story. Time Warner was not my friend. So I haven't had a chance to open it yet either. I don't know what all we're going to find myself. Then look for, coming out, I believe it is this upcoming Friday, Prism basketball comes out. And I won't be breaking that on Friday. Probably won't break that until somewhere into the following week. But I might, I haven't decided yet, but I might break some boxes of First Off the Line, which usually comes ahead of release day, but I haven't seen a Panini shipping announcement yet, so I don't know what day, actually, that it's going to arrive. So I may throw some stuff up with a one-day listing, so just keep that in mind. Normally I do stuff at 5 days, because otherwise, well, they charge you a lot of money. eBay gets real picky about that, and they take quite a bit, $1 a listing extra if you do it less than 5 days. But I may put some stuff up with 1 day, so keep that in mind. If you're used to seeing my stuff come out every 5 days, there may be some 1 days mixed in. There's one of our rated rookies, Thomas Bryant. Of course, we had the rookie king of Malik Monk a minute ago. We're going to find, there's another rated rookie. We'll find a bunch of those as we go through here. I might just set some of them off to the side so that we can have them if we do want to review them later. Bobby Portis, and this is one of our press proofs. It is numbered to 199, and we should find quite a few press proofs in here numbered to various things. I mean, that's kind of been one of the hallmarks of Donruss basketball. There's a Markelle Fultz rated rookie. I don't know how to say that guy's name that just went by for the Rockets on the rated rookie. Here is our hit out of this box. It is for the Detroit Pistons, and it is Luke Kennard. So we did manage to pull an auto as opposed to a memorabilia card, so that's nice. First hit out for the Pistons. The only bad thing is then that makes us have to go like a long... I was going to set those rated rookies aside, but we're going to find a lot of them, so I think maybe I won't. I think we'll just stack them in with the regular stuff. Oh, De'Aaron Fox used to play for my Kentucky Wildcats, of course. That's the little stack I had separate of rated rookies that I just picked up and moved back with the other stuff, if you were wondering. Retro Series, Reggie Miller for the Pacers. Another insert, Rookie Kings, Dennis Dennis Smith Jr., shaping up to be a nice one. So one nice thing about Donruss, there's always a lot of rookies in here. The champ is here, Kevin Durant. It felt like it had, hang on a second, this felt like it had something on the back of it. It was kind of, oh, I see. The top corner of this card of Bam Adebayo's got a little bit of a bend in it right out of the pack, and that's what was catching on the card behind it. For the Spurs, LaMarcus Aldridge, press proof to 299 on the silver one. Every time I see Ben Simmons, you know, I'm so trained just to like stop, but of course he's not a rookie anymore. Just got so used to finding him as a rookie last year. And of course, with no signatures in Panini products, we always stopped on him no matter what he was. Boston Celtics, Larry Bird, All-Stars insert. All clear takeoff insert, Aaron Gordon for the Magic. And that is, I don't know what that is. Oh, Swishful Thinking. I couldn't, that took me a minute. I couldn't figure that out. Good grief. That tells you it's been a long day. That was a Swishful Thinking insert. Guys, what I do when that stack gets a little tall there in the back, I set it off to the right. I do have mats off to the right as well, so your card does stay on a mat. I use the mats to my right for sorting, but also to move things over during the break because I don't like those stacks to get super tall back there. And hey, we got a second hit in this box because we have a Dwayne Bacon for the Hornets. A little jersey material there. So we got lucky with 2 hits in that box because I believe we're only guaranteed 1. So that was a nice little bonus. Patrick Ewing Hall Kings insert. All-Stars insert, Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs. Kyle Lowry press proof for the Raptors to 199. Caleb Swanigan rated rookie. I think somebody sent a message saying they were looking for Swanigan. Of course, I'm sure you meant you wanted a Swanigan hit, but hey, at least we saw a Swanigan go by for you. And I know there was something else on that wish list too. It was Ichiro was on that wish list from one of our baseball breaks, which we were not able to deliver that, but Glenn Rice on the retro insert. But maybe we're off to a good start with at least seeing Swanigan go by. Maybe we can conjure you up a Swanigan hit of some sort, hopefully. That's the last message I saw, actually. I read that message, but then I looked at the clock and I didn't have time. I didn't have time to type in an answer. I was like, uh-oh, I gotta get finish. I gotta finish getting set up, or we're not gonna start on time. So, yeah, sometimes that happens. I realized those were upside down. Reggie Miller, retro. But they put them in. You know, you got to flip it so many times. Occasionally, I just let one slide. Clyde Drexler in the retro series. I should have left them the way they were. There's a little Jason Tatum. Harrison Barnes. There's Lonzo, rated rookie. all clear for takeoff. The Greek Freak, Giannis, for the Bucks. I don't do too well with Giannis's last name. I never quite get it right. Antetokounmpo or something similar to that, but that's, I'm sure, not it. Safer just to stick with Giannis and the Greek Freak. So that was box 1 of 5. This is 2. Number 2 that I am getting ready to unpack here. The other thing to keep in mind, I know a lot of you break with me often, and for a while now I've been doing everything at 10:15. Of course, tonight I started at 10, knowing we had a lot of base cards to roll through in Donruss. And actually all this upcoming week, the times are kind of varying between 10, 10:15, 10:30. So make sure if you're in the habit of just assuming it's going to be 10:15 each time, there is some variation with that this week. And probably will be even on into the week after. So I'm trying to just allow a little more time on the front side when we're doing breaks with a lot of base. So we don't end up keeping everybody up all night when it's a work day or a school day. I'm going to trade places with that a little bit. Trying to keep from bumping into the camera or the cord. Because if I bump into the cord, it also moves the camera itself. Which I think I managed to somehow do anyway. And I've got a lot of miscellaneous stuff that you guys know a lot of times I will mix in one box breaks of different things or some older products or do some mixers and things. And I haven't really gotten any of those done since the internet issue was resolved. And I do need to start getting some of those mixed back in. But truthfully, it probably is going to be another week or 10 days because I also had so many products come in. Dan Issel. When the internet was down on the heels of me having not done breaks for a few days because of my travel schedule. So I got to get through some of these cases before we can go back into doing some of that. That's to $2.99 on the Marc Gasol. Because, you know, there's jerseys and helmets and all that other stuff in addition to some of our one box breaks and some of our mixers and that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to start getting that mixed back in probably about this time next week. I'm hoping that I can start to get a little of that mixed back into our nightly rotation. Because I know it's fun for you guys. It's fun for me too, a lot of that stuff. I enjoy it as well. That is a different insert for the rookies. That one, De'Aaron Fox for the Kings. Wilt Chamberlain on the retro. Damian Lillard press proof to $1.99. Saw Willie Cauley-Stein go by. He's been playing well lately, I think, for the Kings. Seems like Willie kind of goes in spurts, which is what he did when he was at Kentucky as well, you know. He would play kind of really well for a while and then a little not as well for a while and then really well again. Jersey Kings Blake Griffin for the Clippers is our hit. So that's probably the only one we're going to find in this box. There's supposed to only be one per box. even though we got lucky in the last box and did have a second one. Terrence Ferguson, this rated rookie is numbered to 99. Terrence Ferguson for the Thunder. Another Caleb Swanigan rated rookie. All-Stars insert Russell Westbrook. See what I mean? They have them just going every different way. Oh, we do have a second hit in this box too. Did I read this box wrong? No, it says find one autograph or one memorabilia card per box on average. It does say or on there, but it's 2 boxes in a row where we found and. So I like that. I like getting extra hits. And that one is for the Blazers. Oh, no, sorry, for the Nets. Good grief. I'm used to him being with the Blazers, but clearly he is with the Nets now. There's our Nets team logo and our little information of the date he was traded. You see printed on there, and of course the Nets on the back. That's why I always have to sort basketball from the back of the card. Because, you know, there's a lot of trades that happen in basketball, more so than in football. And I have you have a tendency sometimes to just look at the player and automatically think in your head, yeah, that goes to XYZ. So I always have to sort from the back so I just see the team emblem and not the player. Steven Adams to 49 for the Thunder. But it's good that that came up anyway, because then I was able to point that out, because, you know, sometimes when you're watching at home, you will see a player go by like that, where maybe you catch the uniform or you just catch the name and you remember that player being on your team and you think, get your cards, and then that player's not in there and you wonder what happened. So that's what it is. If they are, always goes to the team that is designated on the card, and sometimes they are not in the same uniform to match the team that is designated in the case of a trade like that one that we just saw. So it's probably good that we found it anyway. Little Tyler Ulis. I love Tyler Ulis. You know, if he had been, what is he? Probably like 5'10"-ish. So if he had been about 4 or 5 inches taller, I mean, that kid would have been a lottery pick. Probably a #1 draft pick. He's just so good, but not blessed with height for the game of basketball anyway. But I think he's doing a pretty good job for Phoenix right now. I mean, he splits the time, but with Eric Bledsoe having been traded away, Tyler's getting a lot of playing time. Seems to have a pretty good account of himself. This is the 3rd box of the 5 we're opening tonight. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about on there. See how it says there on the top that we will find one autograph or one memorabilia. But yet, in both of those 2 boxes, we found one of each. So hopefully we're going to get lucky and it's going to keep going that way. I would make me very happy. Excuse me, it would make me very happy if that happens. I would like that very much. I'm sure you guys would too. Considering that they're mostly your cards. A few, I guess, mine from the unsold teams, but not too many. You know how, you may not know this, some of you may know it, some of you may not, but on the Panini and Donruss, which is also owned by Panini, on most of the wrappers, they have information where you can send in, you got to fill out, you know, write some stuff on an index card and mail it in, where you have a chance to be drawn out for a card, like a hit of some sort, at the same odds that they list on the pack. So, you know, let's say signatures were 1 in 5,000, which you know that they're a lot less than that, but let's say they were 1 in 5,000. Then supposedly if you send in that, what they ask you to, you know, mail in by the deadline, you would be 1 in 5,000 people in that example would be drawn out and sent an autographed card at no charge. So I've just kind of always wondered, like, does anybody actually get those things? So I decided to send in a bunch. I sent in a bunch to Topps and a bunch to Panini. Like, all year long, pretty much, I've been sending them in. I might have skipped, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 things, but not many. Most things that have come out, I sent them in. If it was an option to send it in. I never got anything, not even like a numbered insert. So I wonder if A, they really do send them out, or if B, there's just like 50 million people sending them in, and so really your odds are terrible. I don't know. I just wondered if anybody had ever gotten one, or knew anybody who had gotten one, or anything like that. Just curiosity, mainly. Russell Westbrook for the Thunder, and this is to 199 on the little press proof. And of course, all cards do ship. Sometimes I get that question as well. All cards from this break will ship. Sometimes base might not ship, and if that happens, it will be stated somewhere in the listing, probably about in the area where it lists the specifics of what's being opened. So you know how in the description there's the part that says the date and time, and then right below it it'll say whatever, 5 boxes of, in this instance, 2718 Donruss basketball, etc. It would be like right in that same area. If I do a break that where base doesn't ship, it would say in there like no veteran base or something like that. So far I haven't done that, but I may do that later in the year with some things. Josh Jackson for the Phoenix Suns on the rookies insert. Actually, that's getting a little tall as well. Looks like we're up on a hit. This is Vince Carter for the Phoenix Suns, and that is I guess that is not numbered. That's just a Back to the Future relic. I don't even remember who Vince Carter plays for now. Is it the Grizzlies? I don't think that's right. I can't think who he plays for. Maybe it's the... Was he the Grizzlies and then to the Kings? Or am I thinking of somebody else entirely? I'm probably... Well, Zach Randolph, I guess, was Grizzlies to Kings. I don't know who Vince Carter plays for right now. But anyway, that one obviously goes to the Phoenix Suns regardless, because it's Phoenix Suns on the card. So... Tell you what, guys, on the base cards that are coming through, if they're upside down, because there are so many of them and we're just otherwise flipping these cards 800 times and they're getting more and more handling, for the most part, unless it is an insert, something we want to take a little closer look at, I'm just going to buzz through and let them roll through upside down if they just look like base cards, unless you guys object. And if you do, just jump into chat and say, no, I don't want to do that. But in the absence of anybody saying that, that's what we're going to work towards here. This box also gave us 2 hits, so that's really weird that the box top says or, and we're getting and. I mean, it's a good weird, but weird nonetheless. Solomon Hill is our hit, or signature hit here, and that is for the New Orleans Pelicans. Bill Russell. Press proof Trevor Booker to 199 for the Nets. Our inserts, I will still make sure that I flip around the right way. Al Horford, that one is to 299 for the Celtics. You guys are super quiet in chat. Once football. Once Marty took off from the baseball breaks, you guys are not active in chat tonight. That is to 299 on the Joe Johnson. That would make me nervous, thinking that like something had happened to the feed that I didn't know about, which we all know that happened once before. But I know that's not the case tonight because my iPad is cooperating and it is actually streaming on the iPad like it should. Some nights my iPad's like, I don't know, memory's full or something and it won't do it. But tonight it is. I just saw my computer over there was trying to do a restart because it updated something. So that's what I was doing, reaching over frantically trying to hit no, do not restart my computer right now because that would take down the break. Holy Moses. Box 4 of 5 coming out. We're making progress. Can't believe we're so close to Christmas already. I mean, it just seems like just yesterday that we were at this time last year. Everybody hustling to get football last year, of course, with Dak and Zeke. this year, I guess. Basketball, we're going to still have to kind of wait and see who shakes out. I mean, certainly Lonzo is still having up and down nights, but as a whole, I think we can assume he's going to be okay. And his teammate, Kuzma, whichever way you say it, he looks like he's going to be good. Dennis Smith Jr. looks to be pretty good. And, of course, Jason Tatum. And I guess we'll find out more about Fultz when he gets back underway after his shoulder issues. And De'Aaron's shaping up pretty well. So I think it's a pretty good rookie class this year. So we should have some fun with basketball throughout the season. I do have a Ascension basketball listed right now, and it is going to break by the case. We're not doing partial cases on that. We're just going to bust it right through as a full case. That's the $2.99 on the TJ Leaf rated rookie press proof. Mostly because Ascension doesn't have a ton of base cards in it relative to, say, something like this, where, you know, this is a 20-box case, and that would be just an unbelievable amount of cards. Press proof to $2.99 on the Greg Monroe for the Bucks. So look for some of that. Ascension, some already listed, more to come. I do have a handful of cases of Ascension that aren't listed yet, beyond what is listed. And then, of course, as I said, the Prism, which is crazy hard to get this year and unbelievably expensive if you happen to price that recently. Wow. Case costs on that are outrageous because Panini's not even making as much as they normally make. And Prism basketball is hard to get even when they make as much as they normally make, much less a year like this where they decide, oh yeah, we've got the best rookie class we've had in years, so let's make less of everything. What? And then, of course, Court Kings is coming up, and Totally Certified, and I'm trying to think what else in basketball that's coming in the next little bit here. I think really almost through the end of the year. I think there's practically a new basketball release almost every week, if not every week, through the end of the year. They are really hammering us on with basketball stuff. Well, honestly, with everything throughout the rest of the year. It's just a crazy amount of stuff they're putting out every week. Newly crowned Terrence Ferguson for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh, which that reminds me, I know what else I meant to list and forgot to list. It's baseball, but I forgot to do it entirely. Crud. It's a case of Leaf Metal Draft Baseball, which I got before Thanksgiving on Wednesday, and then I forgot to list it. So I may come up and drop that in somewhere. That may be a one-day listing that you'll see pop up sometime this week. I'll have to look and see how busy each night is, because it's not a hard break. It's a pretty easy. Won't take up a lot of time to break Leaf Metal Draft Baseball. So I may add it in somewhere along the way this week. And Sabonis looks, I guess he doesn't he look like, looks quite big in that picture. Looks bigger than I remember him looking. He looked kind of almost like a linebacker. Oh, wow. Lakers. Boom. Our second hit in this box. Well worth waiting on. There's your Lonzo Ball on card auto for the Lakers. Nice, nice hit, Lakers. Oh, there's Vince Carter to answer my question. He is with the Kings now. Okay, so I was somewhat right about that a while ago when I was trying to work that out in my head and then convince myself I was wrong. That's to 199 on the Bobby Portis press proof. Nice hit on the Lonzo. If you should happen to want that, or anything else that we pull for that matter, in a one-touch case, just shoot me a message on eBay and let me know. I'm always happy to accommodate those requests. It's at my cost for the case, and then whatever PayPal might charge to receive the money. Most of the time, it's about $3 for the one-touch case. Now, sometimes if it's like a weird case, like a super, super thick one, like, 360 point or something required, or if it happens to be for a booklet, one of the unusual cases, those do cost more money. I have to pay more for them, so they would be more than $3, but most of the, basic cases up to probably $180 even, I think, all cost me just about the same price, within like 20 cents of each other or something, So generally speaking, $3. That's a nice thing about Topps Archives and Luminaries and some of those. Everything's already encased for you. I like that. Also keeps any harm from coming to it in transit. This one feels like a really thick pack. It's probably a relic of some sort, but we're going to set it, whoops, I'm sorry about that, guys. We're going to set it back there in the back so that we can hold it out to the end, because it felt like a thicker than normal pack. We'll see. Probably not. Probably just a regular memorabilia card, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe nothing. Might have just felt thicker, and it's the same. So this is our fifth and final box out of Donruss for tonight. There is more. There's still a sealed case that I need to bust into, and once again, I may add some of those. I may add some of those as we go along on one-day listings, just to try to move through, because there's so much basketball upcoming. So keep an eye out. Kyrie Irving to 299 on the press proof. Really, I wouldn't mind breaking it in a half case, but I would probably not ship all the base if that were the case, because that would be crazy. I mean, it'd be pounds of cards each time. Oh, hi, Thomas. You do want your the Lonzo autograph in a one-touch? You got it. I will take care of that for you. I didn't know. I couldn't remember who had the Lakers tonight. So, cool. Congrats on that. I thought it might be you, but I wasn't 100% sure. It's a nice little hit. And considering that Lonzo is one of the Panini exclusive athletes, I'm really surprised that he doesn't show up more than he does. I really haven't pulled an extraordinary amount. In fact, is that the first? That might be the first Lonzo autograph we've pulled. Maybe. So now I start losing track of what we've pulled and what we haven't. But I guess that, oh, here's what I thought felt like a thick. Is it going to be? Yeah, it is going to be. It is Marcus Smart for the Celtics, Swatch Kings. But it's really no thicker than the others. I don't know why. It felt like the pack was a lot thicker to me than I guess what it is. But anyway, still a nice little hit there for the Celtics and a Court Kings Kristaps. So anybody else who has done these Donruss breaks before, have you guys noticed, I mean, are all the boxes coming up with 2 hits in them, even though it says on the box that we should be expecting only 1? Or did we just get lucky and get some kind of like hot boxes out of that case? Because everything we've had 2 hits in every single box we opened tonight out of this. Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz is our signature. What is wrong with that? That thing is bent. The whole sleeve is bent. That's why. Try that again with a new sleeve. Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz. They all have 2 hits. Okay. Wonder why the box says it's either, why it says it's or then when they've all had 2. That's super weird. Luke Kennard to 99. Normally, I would have watched somebody else's break by now or opened some of it myself, but I've just been so far behind with everything. I haven't done either one, so I did not know. Thank you for sharing that info. Jonathan Isaac, rated rookie to 299. And what we will do here as we wrap this up, I'm going to recap the hits, but before I recap them, I am going to get that Lonzo in the one touch. So give me a hot second after we finish this. To put that in its one touch case, and then we'll recap our hits and see what's what. You know me, I gotta have that space clear before I do it, before I do the recap. And it's so odd because I don't have that compulsion about most things. Most things, you know, if you just look around, I just kind of let, yeah, okay, it's fine where it is or whatever. But not with those. I have a thing about those cards, which I guess is good. That means, you know, they're going to be kept nicely. Well, I'm looking for a certain size one touch that right at this moment I'm not seeing. There it is. This is it. If I can get this out of here. We're just going to put Lonzo in this one touch case here that I finally managed to get my hands on. There. And of course I'll send you, here's a little, you know, doohickey that was in it, but I usually stick those in there too because it tells you, I don't know, something about how long the UV protection lasts and all that kind of stuff. So oh, let's see. You're saying you think that has the... Yeah, see, it says the same thing, though. It says or. You know, that's the same thing we looked at on the top of the box. It says find one autograph or one memorabilia card. And normally it would say and, but everything I've seen on it all says or. So that's why I was only expecting one as opposed to getting them both. So go figure. But anyway, I'll take it. All right, so here's our Lonzo Ball hit safely ensconced in its one-touch case for the Lakers. And then we have Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz. Solomon Hill for the Pelicans. Luke Kennard, Pistons. And Alan, is it Krabby or Crab? I always say Krabby, but that's probably wrong. For the Nets. He probably hopes it's Crab, if it, you know, because you wouldn't want to have your last name be Krabby, I don't think. Marcus Smart for the Celtics, material, relic. Terrence Ferguson for the Thunder, relic. Back to the Future, Vince Carter for the Phoenix Suns. Jersey Kings, Blake Griffin for the Clippers, relic. And then finally, Dwayne Bacon for the Hornets, relic. And of course, loads and loads of inserts and rated rookies and all that other jazz. But that's the part you cared about that we just recapped right there. So that is it for tonight. As always, I thank you guys for bidding with me, breaking with me, hanging out, keeping me company, and all that kind of stuff. I hope I will see you again on another break, and you'll check out some of the other stuff I've got listed, because there's a lot of it, and a lot of new stuff goes up every single day. So hopefully I'll see you again. In the meantime, have a great start to your week tomorrow. Enjoy Cyber Monday, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow night. Thanks, everybody.